Hello everyone, in this video I shall tell you how to write the database and research methodology in case of secondary data. In my previous video I had discussed how to write the database and research methodology for a primary study. Now this is for a secondary study, how to write the database and research methodology. But before I begin, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, because without your subscribing the channel, my work of making research work easier for you, my initiative would be futile. So please recommend to your friends and colleagues to recommend and to further subscribe this channel, so that I can be motivated, I get motivated to carry out more such work. So database and research methodology for a secondary study, for that you have to write that for the data collection secondary sources were used. Now I've taken an example that I wanted to find out whether what was the position of foreign tourist arrival and domestic arrivals in India in the period of COVID-19, that is from 2020 to 22. So in order to examine this, I have carried out a study. So for that matter, I would write out the database and research methodology in the following way. For the data collection, secondary sources were used such as website of the Ministry of Tourism of India, Tourism Corporation, Bureau of Immigration, Government of India, World Tourism Organization. The data was also taken from World Travel and Tourism Council, annual reports of Tourism Ministry. Foreign tourist arrival and foreign exchange earning data was collected for a period of 2 years, 20 and 22, in order to know whether the foreign exchange, what has been the impact on the foreign exchange as a result of the foreign tourists not coming to India during the COVID period, where the flights were banned. And in this study, the motive is to collect this data for a period of 2 years and then compare it with other data. So for the time being, I've carried out a study during the period of COVID-19, but the purpose would be to carry out a comparative study so that I can compare this data from the data which is in normal period. So whether they've impacted the earnings, the GDP and the foreign exchange earnings and the foreign tourist arrivals or not, and to what extent. That was the motive of the study, and this is how I have written it. So the data for domestic and foreign tourist visits has been taken from the Bureau of Immigration, the Government of India. This is how you write the database and research methodology in case of secondary studies. So this is example 1. I'll be coming up with another examples where you can find out how to write data base and research methodology for other studies based upon secondary data. So stay tuned, subscribe, and don't forget to recommend this channel to your friends, colleagues, etc., and tell them to subscribe, so that you can find more and more information about how to write database and research methodology in case of a secondary study. Thanks for watching.